What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Rene with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This morning we got the bro Big Wick back, all right? We were talking about some hip-hop history things because he's definitely a part of hip-hop history. So we're going to jump right back in the saddle with him. What's up, bro? Welcome back.
What's good? It's your boy Wicked, Big Wick, a.k.a. Big Wick live in the flesh. What's going on?
You know, another day. They keep ticking by, you know what I mean? It's set up that way. I'm glad you made it back, though, for sure. Yep.
Oh, you already know. Anytime, like I said, Prison Ride Radio, for sure. Y'all holding it down for the inmates, giving us a voice. So, we appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all back for sure. So, like I was letting everybody know, and they'll be able to tell from our first interview that have been dropped by the time they listen to this, that you are really a part of hip-hop history. I don't think a lot of people understand that. So my question is, how does it feel to be a part of hip-hop history?
It's crazy because I had to force myself to start looking at it that way, because being incarcerated, it kind of strips you of everything, and you just, in order to stay sane, you have to become environment is not mentally, but everybody wearing chains.
Right.
So you ain't got all the jewelry, you don't got all, you reduced to the same thing. So it took me a while to understand that I had actually been involved with a lot of history. It took a lot of people around me to like, yo, man, you was doing this, you was doing it. And I got photos, like in my book, I have photos with a lot of different artists. So, and at the end of the day, it's a blessing. It is a blessing because it just shows that, no hard work goes unnoticed.
Right.
Over time, everything still shines. Right. So it's a blessing.
For sure. So for those that this will be the first interview they hear, say they haven't heard the first one yet, please let them know what your book is and what made you write it.
Oh, the book is Apotheosis Analogy and How Two Worlds Became One. And one of the things that made me write this book is the fact that, I had a friend of mine at a dealership that was definitely on it, hard body, that wanted me to do a life story about me. And then I got incarcerated. It was in my head, so I went on ahead and just wrote the book on my own. But even more than that, there was just a lot of history, hip-hop history, that the world didn't know about.
Right.
And with myself and others. And I just felt like, especially with myself, some stories needed to be told.
Yeah,
so
most
I got it in.
Okay, I definitely appreciate that. Other hip-hop heads, I know, definitely will. If they haven't heard about the book yet, it's definitely something that we're going to cop. I do know that so Nas is one of the artists that you got to work with. How was that?
Well, the thing with Nas, and I didn't actually work with him musically. I was at a few of his release parties.
Okay.
But what happened, the situation with Nas, in my book, that's a scenario that played with K. Slay, that played a big part of hip hop history making. It was a beef between Nas and Jay Rene.
I remember.
And why Nas gave them. Yeah, and it was the reason I gave the Ether record to Jay Rene. And that's on that note, I have a little snippet out of the book to explain particular situation with Nas. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm on the edge of my seat. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, all right. So this is out of Apotheosis Analogy. It was a strip club called Golden Lady in the Bronx, New York, formerly called Lady Divine. And this is out of the book. So I remember K. Slay and I went to a popular strip club in the Bronx, New York called Golden Lady, formerly called Lady Divine. It was VIP status, popping bottles. This was right around the time when Jay-Z did Nas live at the Summer Jam. The hip-hop scene was on fire, wondering what Nas' response would be. Nas will release the exclusive disc called Ether to K. Slay at 12 a.m. while at the strip club. And a brother named O.J. Wetlaw brought the CD to the club and to give it to K. Slay. When Slay got his hands on his record, he took the microphone and announced, "Hey, yo, this is the moment we all been waiting for. I got the exclusive now. This is Jay-Z. I'm the only DJ in the world with this record. And it's going to be on my new mix CD releasing at 3 a.m. this morning." He let the record play. The club exploded with old shits and wild. That night, Slay teamed up with an artist rapper named Nori and dropped a new mixtape as promised, starting off with Nas Ether disc. The history behind why Nas gave this record to K. Slay was key. It was a strategic move on Nas's part. You see, Slay always competed with DJ Clue, who was signed to Jay-Z. Jay-Z's label, Rockefeller Records. Nas knew that Slay didn't rock with Jay-Z like that. Slay's strategy was to shut DJ Clue down, which caused him to always be in direct competition with Rockefeller Records and Jay-Z. Also, there was other things that I really can't speak on without some speculating that damaged the relationship with Slay and Jay-Z back then. So Nas saw this as an opportunity to seize on it. He knew K. Slay would put his all into it and push the song through the roof. I mean, Slay was the drama king and at the height of his majesty at the time. So Slay put out this CD hosted by Nori and called it Grimy Season. The shit blew. Nas would later pull the record and stop performing at shows because he stated that people was loving and hating and beefing too much. But the ill shit about that, was, and then I'm going to stop right there. The ill thing about that was, like I said, Jay-Z and K. Slay had an early beat that maybe if anybody ever look at any of K. Slay mixtapes or albums, you'll never see Jay-Z on it. You'll see every rapper in the world on it, but not Jay-Z. And same thing, Jay-Z never really gave K. Slay no exclusive freestyles or nothing like that. That was because of something earlier in the relationship, and they just didn't rock with each other. I think they were cordial with each other, but they just didn't rock. And so Nas exploited that opportunity and gave Slay the record, and it went crazy. So that's my little, and it's a little bit more to that I'm gonna leave for the people to,
right.
Discover
in the book, right? For sure, for sure. You can't give them all the gems. You can't give it all.
Yeah, you can't get them all.
Right.
And it's a lot of stories like that in there. That a lot of, I got stuff with me and Eminem. Me and Shady Records. I was always hanging out at Shady Records with Eminem and with all those guys. So it's just a lot of meat and potatoes in this book and a lot of tea that I think people will be interested in. So, I'm excited about it.
Okay, all right, for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I was there for that beef. I'm not there physically, but I was very much into hip-hop. Nas and the Jay-Z beef was very prevalent. Everybody had to pick a side, you know what I mean? I ain't going to say who I picked. Matter of fact, I am going to say who I picked, because I picked them was Nas. I was Team Nas, you feel me?
Yeah.
So,
no, I love both of those brothers.
Right,
but,
yeah, most definitely now.
I think even Jay, kind of said in one of his songs, he said, even if Nas, he said something to the effect of it, even if Nas did beat me, it's all right, it just made me better. Right. So he kind of knew, that was Nas kind of tipped the scale on that one. But, it is what it is. They both,
1 minute left.
They both great artists, great legends, you know what I mean? And they're doing good things for the community. So I respect both of them brothers, but it was an epic battle.
I know it.
And it was just funny that it's funny that I remember the first dude that got his hands on the record, and the first time the record was played was in a strip club in the world.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So I got some other stories in this book. I got that group D4L where they had that Laffy Taffy song. I heard that song first. I was in the Bahamas. And that was another crazy story. I can't even start it now because we ain't got time. But it's crazy. Anyway, so it's some interesting things.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm excited. Can't wait to release it.